In this video, I'll walk you through setting up my top 3 reverbs, and then you can take it from there. So tap the Effects button. Select Effects 1, and then tap the Function button to open the preset library. Tap Reverbs and select one of the options on the right, and then use the knob to scroll down and find Plate Vocal. Tap Recall. This reverb will be used on all vocal channels, but first, let's set up the next one. Tap Effects 2, and then tap the Function button to open up the preset library. Tap Reverbs and select one of the options on the right, and then use the knob to scroll down and find Hall Large. Tap Recall. This reverb will be used primarily on instruments, but we will also add a bit to our vocals to help everything blend together. Before we do that, let's set up the final reverb. Tap Effects 3, and then tap the Function button to open up the preset library. Tap Reverbs and select one of the options on the right, and then use the knob to scroll down and find Room Live Drums. Tap Recall. This reverb will be used on drums. And now that all the reverb is set up, you may be wondering, well, how much reverb should I be using? Well, a good starting point is to mix reverb until you can hear it, turn it up until you can hear it, and then pull it back until it blends in with the mix. In other words, you shouldn't necessarily notice that it's there, but you should notice if it's missing. Now let me get you set up with a good starting point on each of these, and then you can adjust it from there.
This is only one lesson from our QU Mastery course. Unlock the fastest way to master the QU at collaborateworship.com/QU.
So select Effects 1, and this is the main vocal reverb, so set all of your vocals to -10 dB. Select Effects 2. This is the main instrument reverb, but we will also use some on the vocals to help everything blend together. So set all of your vocals to -20 dB. Set all of your guitars and keyboards to -10 dB, except for the bass guitar. You do not want reverb on the bass guitar. If you use backing tracks, set those to -10 dB as well. And next, select Effects 3. This is the drum reverb, so set all of your drum mics to -10 dB, except for the kick drum. This is a great starting point for all of your reverb, but you will need to fine-tune using your ear. Now, the goal is for it to blend in. If you have too much, it'll sound like everything's jumbled together. If you don't have enough, it's just going to sound dead and dry. Now, one final tip is to assign your effects returns to a DCA group, and this gives you quick access to turn down your effects when needed, like when one of your vocals starts talking into the mic instead of singing. And to do this, navigate to the first layer of faders and select Effects 1 Return. Navigate to the routing screen and tap the Mute/DCA Group Assign tab. And select the DCA group you want to use, and then do the same thing for Effects 2 and Effects 3 returns. Now you can use your DCA fader to fade out the effects when needed. And for more on this, just visit the course's Custom Layer and Soft Key video.